Sometimes people are committing crime just so they can go to prison, so they can get a hot meal, so they can get a shower, so they can get a bed. And this is so sad, but it really does show how broken and not compassionate our UK prison and mental health system is. And this is what I'm going to be talking about in this video. If you are new to me, hello, feel free to say hello. I'm a very friendly individual. I'm nearly at 1.05 thousand followers. I would really appreciate it if you could press that subscribe button, because this is part of an ongoing series, and you can watch more of that series also by going here. And feel free to add any suggestions of videos I can add to this prison experiences series. And also what I'm going to be talking about, I talk a little bit more in depth in my upcoming memoir, which is about how I survived abuse for many years in the UK mental health system, starting as a kid. And you can download that free preview from the link in the description. But yeah, prisons. In the UK, they are holding centres. There's not much support at all, and people are discharged like numbers. It's a case of, I've seen that many documentaries, and I've been in prison myself. Again, you can watch the other video to find out about why that was. And it really is a case of you get discharged to nothing. I've seen people that, have no, do you know what I mean, that have been living on the street, that have got severe mental issues, that are drug taking, that go into prison for a kind of release. And, then they get released to nothing, with no drug support, no follow-up support, back to living homeless. And that happens. And there's quite a lot of other documentaries that show this. And I've put those links in the description as well. This shows how broken our society is, in terms of, it's a case of you did this to yourself, get on with it kind of attitude. And it should never be that case. It should never be like that. There's always a reason for things. Yes, I am a believer of, you have to take responsibility for your actions. You have to learn from your mistakes, and you have to grow and understand that things have consequences. But if nobody's ever given the right support or the tools, or, given the right support, how are people meant to grow? I spoke in my previous video about if I thought that prisons rehabilitate. And like I said, the answer is no. Because people aren't doing anything in there. Most of the time people are just sat about, waiting for the time to pass. And I understand that prisons, there is a punishment element of a prison, but also there should be a big rehabilitation element, help somebody look at the issues. Why are people doing this? If someone's, let's say, robbing from a shop, why are they doing that? Have they got money issues? Are they spending the money on drugs? Is the partner taking the money? Can they not add up? There's all sorts of problems there. People with serious mental issues are going through the court system when they shouldn't be. And this has happened to me so many times. And a lot of my friends, people with schizophrenia, people with bipolar, people that have just had an abusive, situation, people that are fleeing a war, people that are fleeing domestic violence, absolutely pulled apart. I had a good friend of mine that was sexually assaulted at knife point, and this person really went on a self-destruct, and she was drinking and self-harming, and she was smashing her house up, and she got put in prison. And it's like, I think that this approach is really cruel, and this is what's causing so much homelessness in the UK. This is what's causing so much, deprivation and suffering, because there isn't any compassion. There isn't any compassion at all. Like I said, you go into prison and get released to nothing. So it's, how is that help when it's a case of pick you up and put you in a box? I have said this numerous times on previous videos. There needs to be a joined up system. There needs to be a case of all services working together instead of it all being separate. But again, that goes back to underfunding and deliberate privatisation. Nothing is connected, nothing's joined up. You know, when you go to prison, you might be on mental health medication, and then you get released to nothing. You know, nothing's joined up. And until services start working together, it will only get worse. You know, the housing is getting worse. You know, people, let's say that you've got criminal conviction, or let's say, you know, you want benefits. A lot of places will not rent to people like this now. Again, it's more persecution of the vulnerable. And so people that aren't working, or that, you know, are on disability benefits, or that have a conviction, you know, fairly or unfairly, they go without housing a lot of the time. I've been in a hostel, and I've seen how difficult it is for people to get housing, because they do all sorts of checks. They do income checks, they do criminal record checks, they check out references. And if you don't have references, because for whatever reason you might be living on the street or whatever, that's it. And it's the same for ID. People struggle to get housing or jobs or employment, or even sign up with a GP if you don't have ID. And what do you need to get ID? You need a reference, or you need someone that can sign it for you, right? Or you need an address. But to get an address, you need a bank, and to get a bank, you need ID. So it's that vicious cycle, and I've spoke about it before. This is just a short video just to give a little bit of an insight into this. This is why people come in and keep going in and out of prison, because there is very little for people out there. You know, I'm so blessed and feel so amazing in myself that I don't particularly need services. I don't. I found it within myself. But a lot of people can't. A lot of people do need that support, and, you know, drugs, medication and stuff like that. And it's cruel that people are denied this. But that's all I wanted to say in this short video. Yeah, but thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. But yeah, there's going to be more videos. Have you got any thoughts on this? Have you got any questions on this? Put them in the comments, and I will get back to you, and I will make videos on those comments and suggestions. Thank you for watching. It's been Michelle. Until next time. Bye for now.